Hey basketball coaches and players, today I'm going to give you some basketball plays that are some of the easiest that you can run with youth basketball teams. Let's get down to the clipboard and let's check these out. So the first play is a set of plays that we ran when I was a kid back in grade 7 and grade 8. These are super simple. We call these box plays. Now from here we usually start with the big man up on the elbows, and then we have the guards and forwards down on the low block. We have our point guard up top, and from here what we are going to do is set screens down, pin down screens down to those players in the low post. Now what we are hoping for here is when these players in the low post pop out to the wings, these are wings, this is a corner, this is the point, just so you know the areas of the court. When they pop out to the wings, if there's a switch, let's say there's a switch on the left side, we will then want player 1 to pass to player 3, and now we want to have a pass down to player 5 and player 4 to clear out. The reason why this is important is because now we have a mismatch. We have a big man who is now being guarded by somebody smaller. So if you're looking for some quick, easy baskets in the low post, this is a great option. Now, something that we didn't run when I was at the younger age group is some simple basketball plays that could create, out of this set, some extra options. Especially at the young level, I always want to teach off-ball movements. So here I would say, hey, after we get that pass into the low post, I want to see player 3 and 4 screening for somebody. And in this case, we would have player 4 screening for player 2, and player 2 would be cutting towards the basket, and player 3 would then be setting a screen for player 1, who is popping out towards this wing. Now, even though this is adding an extra bit of movement, we now have player 5, or at least we now give player 5 a couple of different options. So, we only want him to dribble once or twice in the low post and to go up for his scoring move. Whether it be a move or not, we want to give him options. We want to give him a quick bounce pass to player 2 for a possible layup or a possible three-point shot, of course, if your team can shoot three-point shots. And this is a great option for every team to run. Now, really quickly, how we used to name the plays when I was in grade 7 and grade 8 was off the provinces in Canada. So that last play, if I remember correctly, was called Victoria, I think, or it was the capital cities in the country of Canada. Either way, this is a great way to also teach certain things in just real life. So you don't have to call your plays box 1 or box 2. You could literally just give your plays names of capital cities or states or provinces or whatever. This next one I think we called Regina, which is a capital city here in Canada, and it would start again with pin down screens down for the smaller players who are in that low post. Again, waiting and hoping for there to be a mismatch once again. So these players, after that pin down screen, would actually come and cross towards the middle, and what we are hoping for, and they'd be popping closer to the elbows, is for there to be a quick mid-range shot, and we would have players who are in the key to be able to get those rebounds. But if they're not open, what I would like to see is for player 3 or 2 to say, hey, screen, 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 which means that, let's say player 3 is setting that screen, I would want to have player 2 popping off of that screen. Now, this is just an extra addition to the play that we ran when I was in school. We didn't run this extra portion, but we could have a quick pass out to here for a three-point shot if this screen was successful. Now, really quickly, all of these box plays will be able to run really well, and then once you're finished running a single set, you could set up for another box play, but that could become troublesome if you're in a league that has a shot clock. So how I like to coach these plays is once you're finished going through the box sets, and there's a ton of different box sets, and I even have them here on this YouTube channel somewhere, and From there, I like to have them finish in the box set, spread out into a 5-out. Now, this is the simplest 5-out that you could run that I'm about to show you in 1 second, but really quickly, make sure to go check out the complete guide to the 5-out basketball offense down in the description below. So in the 5-out, what we can do is one of 3 plays, and this is kind of the beginner set, and I've mentioned this a few times on this channel. Once player 1 passes that ball, he can have 3 options. He can cut towards the rim, he can screen for the player that he passed to, or he can screen away to the next player on the opposite side of where he passed. If he cuts towards the basket, of course he may be open for a layup. If not, then what's going to happen is player 4 and 3 are going to fill those spots, and player 1 is going to fill out. If player 5 passes to player 4, for example, and player 5 screens away, in this case a corner pin down, player 2 is going to pop up, may be open for a 3, but we may have a mismatch off of a switch. We always want to read the defense and react. If there's a switch, we want to get that ball into the low post as fast as possible. If there isn't a switch, however, player 5 can have the decision to just pop out to the open spot that's left open from player 2 popping up using that screen, or after the screen, we could have player 5 screen away. Player 1 cuts across the key. That would be a quick, easy basket. Player 1 pops out. Player 5 pops out. We're back in our 5-out. Now, if player 4 was to pass to player 3 and he screens for player 3, in this case, we would have player 3 going to this spot or going to the high post or driving towards the rim. Whatever's open, he could take that shot. And then after this, what we're going to have is player 4 rolling towards the basket. Another option, player 5 is going to pop up, and then player 4 is going to go out and fill. This is the basics of the 5-out, and it can get more complicated, and there's a lot more plays to be able to run. Make sure to go check out the book down below. I hope that this video has helped you become a better basketball team. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.